on 2 sales reps.
Are going to receive salary plus a monthly or a quarterly bonus.
I really believe that there are savvy providers out there.
Today's presentation is People Make the Business Go Round, an HME HR study. As Jim mentioned, I'm a consultant in the HME industry. I do a lot of consulting on HR issues, which is what we're going to talk about today. I host a radio show on CNN Business Network in Houston, Texas on HME Perspectives. But I'm not talking to you today just as a consultant. I'm also talking to you today as an HME business owner. My company, TMC Orthopedic, has been named on the Inc. 500 as one of the fastest 500 going companies in the country. And my company, the Amputee and Prosthetic Center, just early this year was named the best place to work in Texas. So you can take it to the bank that I'm not only talking to you as a consultant, but I have been in the trenches for the last 17 years running the day-to-day operations of my HME business. I'm real excited about this talk today and about the abilities that we had to be able to poll HME business owners and managers just like yourself. And I don't know about you, but I'm always wondering, what is it I'm doing in my business that nobody else is doing? Or I'm also wondering, what is it I'm in the dark about that all my competitors and other HME business owners across the country are doing that I just don't know about? So today's agenda, first of all, we're going to take a look at the current employment issues in the year 2010. We're also going to take a look at the demographics of the companies surveyed. Now, you've all got your handouts. There's going to be some slides towards the end of the handouts that we're not going to go over. That information is pulled to these earlier slides. And some of these slides I'm going to go over a little bit quickly, but you've all got your handouts with you. We're also going to take a look at the sales team, because as a business owner, and I act as a sales manager as well, I want certain questions answered about my sales team. Mileage and on-call reimbursement. I know that's something that's of interest to y'all, and if it's not of y'all, it is of your employees. We're going to go over benefits. We're going to talk about employee turnover, what's standard for the industry, what we think is standard for HME, and what we can do to minimize employee turnover. Then finally, we're going to address why employees stay with a company. And then again, we've got at the end of the speech some of the slides on the survey results. Of every question that we asked, this is this slide or the question that answers astounded me the most. I'm pleased with the quality of care that we provide our patients. 97% of us said true, we're pleased with the quality of care. I want to ask you a question real quick. I want everybody to do a little exercise with me. Please think about the absolute worst competitor in your marketplace. Who is the worst provider in your marketplace? Now, let's not name any names, but you all know who I'm talking about. The one who you surely would not want any of your relatives to go see, and the one who you know gives the absolute worst service. All right, do we all have that person in our mind? I see some of you smiling, so I know you do. Don't you know that they also filled out this questionnaire, and don't you know they also gave themselves, and 97% of them said true? There is no way that 97% of us should be pleased with the quality of care we provide our patients. Had I taken the survey, I absolutely would have said no. What this teaches us is that everybody out there thinks they're a great company. Everybody out there thinks they're doing a great job. And could it be that everybody out there has grown complacent and they think that's not something that they need to improve on? Even if these numbers are correct, and we are doing that good a job at taking care of our patients, then if nothing else, that should worry us, because what is it we're going to do as HME providers that's going to allow us to stand out amongst our competitors since everybody is doing such a great job? I know as a business owner, I spend probably 30 to 40% of my time doing that and wringing my hands because my people aren't giving the level of service that I want them to give. Now on to the HR aspect of this study. There was a company called Simpson & Company in 2004 that did a study, and they asked employees how many of these employees were planning on quitting their job.
Time with a physician or a referral source. I mean, I agree, yes, you have to quantify it, But just to say if they're only doing 5 or 6 a day, I mean, if those are 6 good calls and you're getting a ton of referrals out of it, then I would have to say they're productive. I mean, I think there is a quality issue about that as well.
Well, let's clarify that. If they can do 6 great calls and be productive and be through by 10 a.m. and go home at 10 a.m., they're not going to work for me because I'm going to pay them so much money, they're going to work more. But 6 great qualified sales calls where they're conducting business and obtaining referrals, 6 qualified successful sales calls where you're actually in front of the decision maker is great. I think overall that's great, but it's probably going to take 10 or 15 attempts. So we'll clarify that. By sales calls, I mean attempts to make a sales call. I'm glad you clarified that for us. Any other questions? All right, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.